issue with like my brand of graphics card. I guess a bunch of people have an issue where it looks fine, and then like a minute or two later it goes blurry. It's like, oh, cool. Here we go.
Bro, where is the fucking gatherer card image gallery for Ixalan?
God damn it. All right. Everybody here?
Boom, Wizards of the Coast found it finally. It only took 1,000,000 years. This is why WotC is fucking terrible.
Start intro.
Yeah, you can go for it. I'm just messing around. Take your time. Changing my background for something that you're not going to.
Because I don't know how, right, man? Stop hating. And welcome to episode 129 of the Paper Player Podcast.
We're here. 129.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't been paying attention to the number at all. It's like,
I'm your host, Jeff, and I'm joined here with Josh and JB. Tony's still AFK, still out there trying to figure out how to be good at Magic. If you'd like to follow us and find more content by us, you can go to our Linktree/PaperPlayer. Like and subscribe us on there. Yeah, I already did that part.
Oh, dang. So fast.
Like and subscribe, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, whatever your social media form is. We're on there, I think. I hope. Most likely. Also, remember, if we get up to 500 followers on YouTube, I will try to beat the record from going to bronze to gold in Arena with a new account. It'll be terrible. I'll hate all of it. But also, remember, if we get up to, what did we decide on? Is it 5,000, 50,000? I can't remember. The tattoo.
50.
5K.
No, 5. Yeah,
Then-
5.
If we get up to
5K.
5K followers on YouTube, I will get a tattoo of our logo.
Then I said I would do it too, and then you said no, you got to make it 10K.
Yeah,
Like,
and for
okay.
10K.
Yeah, we'll make it 750. How about that?
Yeah, meet in the middle. All right,
I'll
7,500.
get that tattoo right now.
But yeah, make sure to get out there and follow us. Today, for show notes, we've obviously got our Magic Roundtable, ban announcements, what to expect and what should be brought back, how to make Modern great again with Modern Horizon 3 guesses of what we think could be reprinted, rank the cycle, why do people hate Iona so much, and Pioneers the new Boomer Modern. Oh, nope. Start with Magic Roundtable. What'd you do this week in Magic, Josh?
So I didn't. Now looking back, I didn't play Magic over the weekend or over Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was like Black Friday. I was just like kind of at home. What did I do on Black? I went and saw music. But today I played a gym in our first league match of Lost Caverns of Ixalan with our new 60 card decks, and we had enough time for like one match because the first game took like 20 minutes, but like I guess we're playing 60 card decks now, so like everyone, like, we're all playing optimized or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like a new experience. This is like a new experience. It is kind of like
buy a box, build a deck. Like, I love that stuff.
It's like block standard or whatever. Yeah.
Remember we did that with Commander Legends.
And I had a group that me, Tony, and 2 dudes were doing it for like a couple sets in a row, and it was really fun to put, slowly build a collection or whatever and build decks.
It's a good way to get into standard.
It's also just a fun way to play too.
Agreed.
Right, especially like with your friends or whatever, because then it brings everyone down to like the same level, where it's like one person's collection.
Except that time you said that Jim got that box with like 30 mythics in it or something.
Oh, dude, that was Eldritch Moon. Like every pack had a mythic in it.
Yeah, he got one of the mess up boxes.
Yeah,
like 3 Lilianas.
Like it was like 3 Lilianas, 3 Emrakuls, 3 Tamios.
Dude.
3 Nahiri's Wrath.
Might as well not even play.
I know that's what, but after week, so like we start with 6, and then like after like by the second week, I was over it.
But anyway,
And
sorry, I interrupted your story. You were playing your
that's fine.
standard deck.
But so Jim won the die roll and he led on forest, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we're both playing dinosaurs. So I played my forest and no, I played mountain in the the um Minecraft card.
Oh, the
pickaxe.
diamond pickaxe.
Minecraft card.
Diamond pickaxe.
Dude, that card's good. And then passed to him, and then he played like a island, and then played some stupid enchantment that like whenever a creature explores, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So then I realized it was on Merfolk, and I was like, oh shit. And then I followed up with a treasure map, and then he plays some like Merfolk and like, or he plays like the buy box promo dude, and like explores like makes like a 4/5 or whatever, and like me fumbling. I like ended up with just like a bunch of lands or whatever, and I had two of the like land fetching dinosaurs in my hand.
Yeah.
And then so I get to 5 mana, and I like top deck the mythic dino dragon thing, and slam that, and then he proceeds to like tide bender it to just a 5/5, and it kind of just like sits there for a little bit. Eventually though, like I double block. He got greedy with like one of his dudes that he got up to like a 6/6 after he explored a bunch of times, and attacked with it, and I like double blocked. And then he was kind of like sent back to the Stone Ages because it's like 4/2s couldn't beat my 5/5 or whatever, and I kind of just like
Steamrolled
once
him
I
at
got
that
to
point.
6-7 mana, I kind of just like kept playing a dinosaur every turn, and eventually got there. And then in the next game, we're playing, and I get like down the dart frogs early, and we do a little back and forth, and then eventually I get to 7 mana, and I play or I get to 6 mana, or I had 7 mana, play the dude that he's like a 7/7 with the activated ability, and pass the turn to him, and he like sets up with like an enchantment that makes a hexproof dude every time something taps or whatever.
It's whenever a merfolk becomes tap, make a 1/1 with hexproof.
Right. And then like left up open mana, and then passed it back to me, and I like kind of assessed the situation, and I thought, well, I think the best thing for me to do is just make my dude unblockable and swing, because he didn't have anything that with more than 2 power. So I activate the dude to make him a 7/7, and he flashes in
Tidebinder.
the Tidebender again, and then makes my dude just a 7/7 or whatever, and blocks with his token, and like kind of like
Chump blocks.
laughs at me. I pass back to him, and then he like plays like 2 more explore dudes or whatever. Passes back to me. I play 8 mana, and I was like, you should have saved that Tidebender, and I slam Galta. Which then I slam I put in the other dinosaur that comes with a 3/3.
Yeah.
And then kind of laughed at him, and then he just
Back the board, baby.
Scooped it up after that. And that was my funny story about the Tidebender. I was like, that's fine.
Nice.
Let's play a bigger dinosaur.
What about you, JB?
I played some Legacy for the monthly Legacy. I went in with the 60 card bean because I still haven't upgraded to the 80 card Yorion build. Had a lot of fun with it. Didn't do that well, but I don't know. I feel like, well, I shouldn't say this because there's a lot of people who actually play seriously, but also have a fun time while doing it. But I feel like when I lose, I have way more fun.
I don't
like to win.
share that. I don't share. Maybe an EDH, but 60 card, man, I hate losing. Like
I like to win, but if I lose, I don't feel that bad because I know the kind of people I'm going to play against are going to be like a riot. It'll just be a great time of us like
agreed.
Talking shit, like yelling, going wild.
I'm never upset to go like 0-1 at the start and like play against like the people that lost round 1.
Yeah.
It's an interesting bunch of people.
Yeah, I mean they're always playing like some of them are always playing goofy stuff too, so it's like fun to kind of watch someone do something different.
Yeah.
I really got to put together that Mississippi River deck or whatever for Legacy because I think it'd be fun and bad. You basically cascade a million times and keep cascading until you cast a card that casts an Emrakul off the top of your deck.
Oh my god.
It's really bad, but it's really great. So you just like keep
Just
flipping
sounds
your
like
deck
bad
over and
ball
over.
trickery.
Oh, it's so bad, but it's so fun. um, but yeah, Beans was fun. I drew a lot of cards, got to play a bunch of stuff. What beat me? I don't even know. Trying to think. Maybe I didn't do as bad. No, I did pretty bad. I was at the lower tables. That's right. I don't know. I got my butt whooped. That's all that matters.
Happens.
I may or may not be playing the Winnetundra Legacy this weekend.
You gonna play Yorion?
Yeah, I think well, no, I'm probably going to go back to lands. I like lands too much, even if I don't think I have enough reps with it at the moment in new builds, because like I'm still on the green-white one, but I feel like a lot of people are switching back to red to get blasts.
Red Elemental Blast.
Yeah, red elemental blast is just good.
And you still get to run Minsc and Boo then, right?
Yep, and then you get Minsc and Boo, which is also pretty good. But I don't know. I'll look at the deck lists and make a decision last minute, like I always do. If I go.
Nice.
How about you?
Not
What'd you
really.
do?
I didn't play too much Magic. Played Standard because we are in that RCQ season coming up here. So
Grinding. This man is grinding.
I've always been a fan of Standard. Like there was times when it sucked. Like don't get me wrong, but I feel like people don't give enough credit just because the cards aren't as like in depth as some of the modern stuff. But that's why you have different formats, and I don't think people understand that.
Yeah. Well, you're probably right on that one.
I figured.
Man.
But as we know, Wizards announced that there will be a new band announcement to take place on December 4th.
You fumbled through that so
Yeah,
bad.
I know I did. They said there will be a banning in Modern, a banning in Pioneer, and an unbanning in Pioneer, correct?
I think they weren't exactly clear. They said that the topics will be bannings and unbannings in Pioneer and bannings in Modern.
Yeah.
So it's ambiguous, but it's presumed there will be both a banning and unbanning in Pioneer and bans in Modern.
Mm-hmm.
Also, during their stream, someone asked them the question, will there be a restricted list in a non-vintage format? They said a very real possibility. The guy also followed by saying there might be a pair band, example like Felidar and Saheeli. No deck will contain either in the same 75.
I think that's dumb.
I think that's a terrible idea. Saying like structure decks can be played when something is banned is one thing, because that's someone literally buying a deck and just playing it straight out of the box. But to specifically say like you can play Grief and Fury in Modern, but you can't play them in the same 75 is real terrible.
Oh man, that'd be so funny. I would love it if they started doing that. And then like your deck lists, like deck checks become super important. And as a player, you have to like focus and be like, wait a minute, did you play those two cards together? Judge.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to
Judge,
do that.
I think you see your opponent like turn one plays a Bloodstained Mire and you call your opponent for a deck check.
I've had that happen.
Really?
I went turn one Thoughtseize back when Lurrus was still in Modern. I was playing Black-White Hammer Time, and I went turn one Thoughtseize, and the guy called a judge.
Oh, because he was expecting you to.
Because it was game one, and he was like,
not have that.
He was like, most decks play this in the board. I think he didn't sideboard, and I was like, well, I'm actually playing the one from the last top 8 energy, and like they literally had it in the main, but they went and deck checked, and the whole guy was like, I think you left it in, and I was like, okay. Judge came back, told him that it was supposed to be in there, and he scooped.
Yeah, that happened to me before with back when I was playing Mono Black Devotion or whatever. I had 4 instead of it was either 2 or 3 or something of the sacrifice target player sacrifices a creature.
Oh, the edict.
Yeah, I had like 4 of them, I think, in the main deck, and the guy was like, "No way," because I cast like 3 of them on. He's like, "You're cheating," and he called over a judge. It was great. I
People
loved
get
it.
so mad. But anyways, what do you think will be banned in Pioneer?
Pioneer, man, I don't know anything. Maybe
I think,
Karn.
huh?
Karn.
People keep saying there's that 4-mana Explorer dude.
The Blood
It's not
Braid
that
Elf.
good.
Yeah.
It
Is it
would
really
chop the
that
deck
good?
up real hard. I don't think they should ban anything from that deck because I think Pioneer needs to have a combo deck, and the
Yeah.
deck, like, as good as it is, yes, it is very easy to break it apart. It is easy to stop, just like Tibalt Trickery
Dies
was.
to like shock. It dies to shock.
No, the deck just dies to like a counter spell. Honestly, like
It also dies to shock if you kill the dude.
they still get the cascade.
Right, but okay, you cascade into a clone that you have no creatures to clone.
This is fair, but yes, like the deck is very easy to like break apart. So I think it needs to stay. I think Karn or Nykthos needs to go.
I've always said that
Karn.
Karn has a time.
A time
Or,
limit, yeah. It's just like
Mhm.
Urza Saga. The cards.
Well, the real
only get
problem is
better.
at some point, Nykthos is going to be good enough because they're just going to print another accidental 3-pip thing that will make it way better. Well, I mean, I guess like Troll is already kind of that, right?
I mean, there's plenty of 3 green pip cards that like have cycled through that deck. I just think it's the fact that like it feels as bad as like a free spell, man, because you're tapping 3 mana and adding sometimes 9-10 mana, and like that's ridiculous.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
that's
it's so
that's
much
just
free mana.
free mana. Like at
And
that
like,
point.
it wouldn't be so bad if they weren't just drawing a million cards
Yep.
with what's it called? The party card, whatever that is. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Revel or something.
It's been a minute
The
since I looked at
enchantment,
Pioneer. Yeah.
Far as
Well-
unbanned,
Hold on.
go ahead.
I'm taking that
just-
back. Devotion to Green as a deck in the format is 3%.
The format is very diverse. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's
So
a
what would
lot.
you ban? Why would you ban that?
So if you ban Karn, the deck still does what like. Have you played? Have you
Karn,
played against
Karn, I
Mono Green?
understand. Karn, I understand, and yeah, I have a little bit. Well, you got to remember, I played vehicles, and when they played a Karn, I was like, well, I guess I'm
Yeah.
losing.
Yeah, that's true. I think Karn's the #1 choice. I only said Nykthos because I think I can't really think of anything personally besides that should be banned.
Dude, get rid of Karn so that it makes my deck a little better.
Yeah,
Just a little
I'd be
better.
cool with that. Like, I don't have a problem with vehicles. The deck is easy to hit out. Unbanned wise though,
Fetches.
at first I thought that
No,
was stupid,
outta
but
here.
part of me thinks it's possible, man. Like,
No way.
if they're reevaluating, because
No
like,
way. You're that.
would
TikTok
fetches
guy.
really ruin Pioneer that much?
yes.
It would make cards better. Don't get me wrong. It would
Hey,
make Fatal
you know what
Push
would mean
ridiculous.
instant ban?
What?
What?
Treasure Cruise.
Oh,
Dig Through
that's true.
Time,
Yeah, you'd have.
and-
that's true. Never
and
mind.
the
I
stupid
retract my
shaman.
statement.
Your shaman would need a ban immediately too.
Which one?
Not Fauna Shaman, the other one, Death Right.
Death
Yeah,
Right?
Death Right would need
Death
to
Right
be gone
even
immediately.
legal in Pioneer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
It's from
Death
Return.
Right's legal in Modern.
No,
I
no
know it's
fetch
not,
lands.
it's in-
Yeah, I agree. I
Mm.
forgot about the Delve cards.
Those good cards, all the good ones that people get to play.
What do we unban then? What do we unbanned?
What's the ban list?
God, I have to look this up.
Bloodstained Delta.
Bloodstained Delta. Get the
Get out of here.
making me curse on camera.
Let me take a look. Hold
I'm
on.
looking up the
We're gonna-
Pioneer ban list right now.
It's
So-
gonna be the Inverter of Truth, dude.
No, I don't want that deck back.
That's what people are saying. People want the combo deck back.
Yeah,
They
no.
want a combo deck.
I like
That's
the
the-
combo we have. I don't want that combo. That combo
That's
was
probably
annoying.
that's probably the safest card to unban though.
That's modern.
Balustrade Spy.
That's an obnoxious combo card.
Where the fuck
That's
is
the kind of
my
combo they
here?
don't want.
Is Field of the Dead good enough?
Yes.
That's too good.
How? Kethis. Everyone's been talking about Kethis. That
That's
combo
right,
is
I did
slow as
see-
hell.
Yes, I agree
I
with
did
that.
see
That
the
could come
Kethis.
back.
And you could still do the goofy thing with the Mox Amber and like have fun doing that. And people playing like Graveyard Hate like crazy in sideboards now makes it a lot
It
worse.
becomes so incidental now.
I think you
Mhm.
could unban Nexus of Fate, honestly.
And you could unban Veil.
Well, hang on. Nothing good comes from unbanning Nexus of Fate.
Agreed. I'm just saying it's a card that I agree I would not be like. If they
It's a
did
blue
it, I
card
wouldn't
that
be upset about it.
Control would
Smuggler's
probably
Copter
play.
could probably. Smuggler's Copter could come back. I don't even think that card's that.
That's another card that nothing good comes from unbanning that card.
Uro? No, I don't want to deal with that again.
Nope.
Nothing good comes from unbanning him.
Yeah, I think it's legit just
Probably
Smuggler's
Kethis.
Copter is
Kethis.
okay. Kethis is good. Veil is good. I mean,
think
I guess
the
Veil is
Murderer Truth isn't
questionable.
So bad.
I don't think Veil of Summer should be in the format.
You don't think so?
The only
What
the
combo
only
deck
way I
would want
think
to
they
use
should
that?
unban that is like. No, they just shouldn't.
What combo deck wants to use it?
I don't even think it's about that. I just think it's about like shutting off too much.
I don't think it
I
shuts
just
off.
think the card is unfair to begin with. I think it shouldn't be
Oh,
allowed in any format. One mana cryptic command is not okay.
I don't know, man.
But on the other hand, I think Once Upon a Time should be unbanned. But
That's a pretty good card. I'd play that in I'd
Oh,
play that
hell
in
yeah, you
Neutral
would.
deck immediately.
but I agree. It's probably
Three card on
Kethis.
turn one? Yeah, it's Kethis. That combo sucks. Why does everyone hate Winona again? Because isn't it about just as combo-y as the current creature combo?
Kind of. His is probably. Winona's probably more consistent. No, probably not.
That's what I'm saying. I think Winona
I don't
could
know.
come
It's
off.
probably just a terrible play pattern. Like the deck's just not fun to play against.
Whatever, but that's like
I'm
deck's
just
in
saying
every
why it's
format.
probably banned, not why it should be banned or why it is
Okay.
banned.
fair.
As far as modern, I think there's only one card. And do you know what it is?
It's Fury.
Peace out, boys. We're gone. By
Yeah.
the way, I just noticed this, Josh, earlier when I was editing this. He's doing the whole circle thing. You know, when you hold your hand down, someone looks at it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
this
That's why I left it.
Funny.
card
I mean, if,
needs to go.
as a guy who wants it to stay because I like it, what else could they ban?
Did I tell this story about the time I tried
Yes.
the Fury of One Ring?
Yes. Multiple times.
That was my ultimate magic moment. I will never be better than I was at that moment.
Oh, man.
I can't think of anything else that I would ban. Like, I don't know. Is that deck? I don't know. I always say, is that deck in the top? Like, is it top meta still? But
All
I
these
know it is.
people keep
I
talking
know
about
it is.
how. Because I've been seeing arguments constantly about Fury versus Grief.
It's not grief. Don't take away grief. That's stupid.
Well,
You're just
all
wrong.
these people are like, grief is so demoralizing because better draw an answer because I took your answer away. But like, I feel like they leave out the fact
They'll
that
say the
like,
same shit when they get fucking spell snared or whatever.
yeah. But the thing
So-
is, what I'm saying is like that may be true, but I have more turns to draw cards when I'm taking 3 damage per turn versus 6.
Yep.
And
Or 8.
I
You mean
can't.
8.
Huh? Well,
mean
yeah,
8.
8 because you're putting a
'Cause you get
counter
+1,
on it.
+1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Versus 4. Like, big difference. And it becomes a 4-3, which means it still dies to bolt. Versus Fury, that becomes a 4-4, and you're never going to, like, one-shot it.
Right.
This card needs to go. Just needs to go. It opens up the format. Like, yes, Bowmaster is still in the
You think-
format.
that's such a myth that it opens up the format. Like I don't.
Let me
think
finish.
Because
So Fury also is if it gets banned, that's also a card that comes out of the Beanstalk deck. Like that is also being taken from them. Like I understand that deck will still be really good, but then the only thing you really have policing like one toughness is back to Renin 6 and then Bowmaster. And those are a lot easier to deal with because they can, like, most of the time only can wipe out one creature. Fury could hit a variety of things. It could hit a 1/1, a 2/2, a 3/3, a 4/4. Like, it could kill 4 creatures or it could kill one big creature. So I feel like they're it might not open the format as much as we want it to, but I think the format will be healthier without this card.
Agree, but like the people who think that like
I don't think
aggro decks are gonna come back, they're delusional. Because
I think they will,
Modern
but
has
not
gone
in the
past that.
I think they will, but not in the way that people think they will. Like I think like a prowess deck will appear again, or something to that extent where you're allowed to like pump your
It
guys
might
really
be like a
fast, or
flash in the
humans
pan.
maybe. But that's about
Humans, I think, would be the one deck that might
Or
might
Merfolk.
come back, or
No,
Merfolk.
Merfolk
but
will not come back.
I mean,
I
Merfolk
don't know,
keeps
people are
showing up
hot on that
every so
Sidewinder.
so often.
But that's also like you throw. There's always a Merfolk player who's willing to throw his deck at the wall, and like sometimes it sticks.
Okay, so we banned Fury, right?
Yeah.
What's taken over?
It-
4-color Cascade?
So
No,
that's the issue. I think there has
You
to
guys
be
are all
two
wrong.
cards.
And your second card is going to be wrong.
Why are we wrong? Explain.
Because I know. Well, hang on. Tell me. I'll tell you why you're wrong, and then I'll tell you what the
Leyline
right
Binding.
answer is.
No.
Nope.
I totally agree with Leyline Binding.
Nope.
Why? It's an easy catch-all for 4-color decks to play. They can respond to a well, not really.
I agree that the card is very good. I do not think that should be the card to go.
It's too easy to clean up.
And this is going to be a lot of people who think I'm crazy. I think it should be Bean.
No.
Yep, it should be Fury and Bean. Because
Once
then
Fury-
the
once
Cascade.
Fury's gone.
Once Fury's gone, the Bean deck still exists. There are 5 total elementals.
They don't have Fury anymore.
Yeah, but they still have
Which one has 5 mana or more? None. It's just Fury.
No, the white one.
Oh, well, that's already in there. They have 4 of that already.
Yeah.
So you're already crippling them by taking Fury away because it's an easy answer for early game, so they can set up their infinite draws, and it draws them a card early game.
I still
But
think.
for whatever reason, Tony had me playing Murktide Regent.
Yeah, it's bad. That card's bad. I mean, it's good, but not in that.
I just
I think
like
it's the
card.
ring.
but-
The ring is the second card. It's either
Guys are
the
still
ring.
wrong.
Bowmaster.
Still wrong.
No.
You guys still haven't gotten the right answer.
Well, what is the supposed right answer that you're actually probably wrong about?
If you tell me Renin 6, you're just wrong.
Nope.
What?
Primeval Titan.
No.
Get out of here.
No.
Quit.
Okay.
I
That's
don't-
the deck that wins. That's the deck that wins on turn 2, and that's the deck that was dominant before all this.
Well, it
but-
wasn't.
No, it
that
wasn't. It was
dominant.
Murktide before this.
Yeah, Murktide was going to town. with
Murktide
like
was running
18%.
the format. Primeval Titan
Until
can't
the
stop.
fourth
cards.
color
Hang on,
started.
the Amulet Titan had the better matchup against Murktide.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Reverse, dude.
Mhm.
Try again.
Blood Moon. Like, you just shut their entire
Blood
deck
Moon
off.
and all the counter spells absolutely ruined it, unless they had the 1 or 2 of
Cavern.
Cavern out. You can ask our expert resident Amulet Titan player,
He'll
Mr.
come in here and he'll tell you it's
Solaria.
good.
I'm not saying
Solarian
it's
did
not
that.
good. I think the deck is good. I just don't think it takes over the format.
Let me see.
Because
How
if you
far?
ban Fury, and it's the only thing you ban, Leyline Binding still exists too. Like that's
Leyline Binding is the real answer.
It's probably
If you
Fury and
wanna
Leyline
deal-
Binding.
If
I
you
will
want to
give it
deal another blow to the Cascade Bean deck, you get rid of Leyline Binding because it's a catch-all answer for that deck to take care of anything. And that's terrible.
What if we just ban Domain? Like it's errated to not be on any card.
Well, that'd be terrible.
Oh, I agree.
Because that means I couldn't play like Punishing Fire or the you can. Are you really going to be mad about that big goon, the Draco, Cyana Draco?
Yep.
Is that
Yeah,
that
the
what's
card makes
making you
me
upset?
it makes me upset because when that card came out, it was $20, and like 2 days later, it dropped to like $2. So
Yep,
I
it
should
was
have got
great.
rid of it. All right. Well, ooh, excuse me. Seeing as we're on this already, and it kind of fits in with what we're talking about, we got to make modern great again.
I want to make everyone mad. My opinion is turn it into Legacy Light.
So that's where
I don't know why we're trying to save modern.
let me.
And it's not
This
even that
leads into
bad.
something. So we were also going to talk about Modern Horizons 3 predictions, because there's always cards that they like reprint to bring into modern.
Wasteland.
So I think
What would
you'll
they
like my
be on
picks
this?
here. So first, I think Fire Blast would be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
100% think this card's okay. Like
No,
it's
you have to
okay.
remember what this would go into. It wouldn't go into burn. It would go into
it would go into burn, but
well,
also
yes, but it would go into the other RDW deck. You know the
which one?
what is it? The one that you
Prism?
no.
The Amulet Titan deck.
Yeah, that's what it'd go into.
Or the Escape Shift deck is what he meant.
No,
Yeah, the one with Valakut.
no, the one that has like
Valakut
Lava
doesn't want to get rid of mountains.
whatever.
And they
I
can't
don't
trigger
care.
their Valakut.
The Swift Spear decks.
Oh,
that is.
prowess?
Prowess
Prowess.
decks. This would be like an auto include into those decks.
Yeah, is that
It's
a bad
okay.
thing though?
No.
I don't think this card's that. I don't think it's that powerful.
Force of will.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't-
gonna argue with
as-
that.
I think Wizards wants to put this card into modern. That's why they keep dancing around it.
They just need to
I
rip
hate
the
this
Band-Aid here.
card, but again, this just goes into bean decks.
Yep, I was gonna say that. It's like suddenly you take away binding and you put in this.
I would rather deal with this over binding.
Dude, I'm gonna play both of these cards in Bean.
Wasteland.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like Wasteland.
Although
think
that means
Wasteland-
Ren has to be banned immediately.
Agreed.
I think. Really, you're never gonna get to cast your Ren because you're just getting Wasteland.
Yeah, but as soon as you land it and you wasteland your opponent and then bring it back with Ren, like your opponent is never going to play mana again.
Unless they play two colors and
And
they're
playing
playing
basics.
one
Oh.
basics.
You're playing the Thalia deck. You don't care
Taxes.
about Wasteland. Okay, please Wasteland my flagstones.
All right.
Well, there are some instances where it's bad, but in a lot of instances. Oh yeah, don't forget that Thalia you have. I can just shoot it for 1 damage.
That's right. For 2 mana though.
No, well, yeah, but then I have more repeatable use with like fetch lands and wastelands and.
If I've
This-
time walked myself, then it did its job.
Ooh, you know what we need to put on here that you probably don't have on here?
Huh.
Caracas.
Correct.
Yeah.
What are you trying to Caracas in modern?
Put that stupid 4/4 for 4 Omnath back in your hand. You will not get
you know
value.
Why?
out of
So they
that.
can
Is
just
it-
cast it again
does
and get
Caracas-
mana?
Does Krakus just say legendary creature?
Yes.
Okay, because at first I was like, you want people bouncing their One Ring back to their hand? No.
I would love to
Oh,
have it
that'd
so
be
they're
insane.
Omnath. Well, Omnath, so either way they're going to get the mana if they have another fetch land in hand. The difference is, well, I guess you give them a free draw, but
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, my next card is a hot take, and I was kind of talking to Josh about it in chat. But what about Doomsday?
This
Yeah,
card
you
would
don't
do
have a good way
anything.
to set it up. It's not like
I agree, it just
Ponders and
replaces ad
Brainstorm.
nauseum in Storm, but
sure, but that deck sucks in modern.
but I feel
anyways.
like this would make it
Right.
better.
Yeah, go ahead, bring it back.
I
don't
think
care.
Storm is a
This one,
deck
I
that
think
we
I
need
think
to
this
exist.
is a nothing burger. If you put this card into modern, it would see exactly 0 play, and it would be like a
I
bulk
think it
rare.
have a little bit. People would try to make it work. With
It would be a bulk rare. Bulk mythic, because they would make it a mythic.
sure, do it. So what you're saying is do it. It'll let people do some
What
goofy
about this
stuff.
hot take?
It's fine. There's no
Crop rotation with
yeah.
Wasteland.
There's
There's no
no.
dark
It doesn't
flip.
matter. There's no way to
There's no-
cheat out. Well, I guess you can cheat out lands quickly.
You can cheat out your Lotus, or no, you would
Would-
have to
but
sacrifice
would
3
this,
lands
like-
for the Lotus
Yes,
field.
you would.
Would this be too good for prime time? Because now they
No.
can just literally get whatever land they want at any moment.
No, because they'd have to cut out valuable card space for this card, and I don't think there's a lot of room in the deck.
Well, don't
to
they
put other
still run
cards in.
Sylvan Scrying?
No.
Okay.
So maybe they'd get rid of the one wing ring to be more explosive. Or it would be like cut an Arboreal Grazer or two. But then that leaves you open to like extremely aggro decks beating your head in and making you lose. Because like the best they could do is go turn 1 Amulet of Vigor, turn 2 Bounce Land, tap, use the mana from the Bounce Land, sack the Bounce Land with crop rotation, go get another Bounce Land, tap 2, return the Bounce Land, have like 5 mana to do something and go to town. And that's like best case scenario, right?
Yeah. I just like the concept of adding crop rotation if you add Wasteland, because it gives some sort of fight towards Wasteland. Like, oh, you're wasting my land, I'll sack it and get a different one.
Yeah, well, I think you're thinking about it in the wrong way, because this would just
Probably.
be used to combo. Or
Oh,
to shut
obviously,
you
yes.
down.
I know it's
And
not
that's
really a
it.
defense card, but...
No. Take it from a guy who loves to play.
Oh, I
it.
know. That's why I put it on here. I was like, oh, let's put some stuff
I'm
from
fine.
lands.
I'm fine with it. I don't think it would break. I don't think it would break Amulet Titan.
I
Because
think,
again, when you
I
take
think
out,
if Wasteland gets printed, though, I think you could unban Dark Depths.
yes, 100%. Give me back Dark Depths. I'll do anything to get back Dark Depths.
Like 100% being honest here is like January 1st they should just unban everything in Modern and then go
Just see what's the worst thing.
Yeah.
and just start over and like do it like how
I
they
agree.
did Pioneer.
Time to play Poison Shoal.
Fine, let it run wild for like until summer, and then
Ooh, this better be the Shoals.
We already
No,
did the
dude.
shoals.
Did we?
It's,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah,
It is
Boom.
these level up cards.
Oh.
they're all garbage.
The
Man.
white one's the
Isn't
worst.
The black one's like the
We
only
just,
good
well,
one, isn't it?
well, let's explain this because obviously, like, not everybody's watching. There was a cycle of level up cards, and this was what World Week.
No, Rise of the
Rise
Eldrazi.
of Eldrazi. There was the white one. It prevents damage when a creature takes damage. The blue one copies an instant or a sorcery. Black one gives -2, -2, and then eventually when you level it up to 4, it gives -4, -4. The red one deals damage to defending players' creatures, and the green one makes a 3/3, and then it makes 2 3/3s.
Okay. This
I'm
is the
gonna
rare
start out-
cycle of level up cards.
I was about to say, I'm gonna start out by asking you, why didn't you just do the mythics or the uncommons? Because both of those have good cards in them. These all
these are
suck.
garbage.
I think the black one
These
is
are the
fine.
ones that Tony picked. These are the ones that Tony picked, and these are all.
Gotta be
These are all-
obscure.
Well, I was about to say that's why he did it, is because they're fucking terrible. So how do you
The only
rank
good one is,
bad
like,
cards?
The black one.
I think the black
only-
one's the best, followed by the green one.
Yeah, the
Can I
green
just
one's
give them
playable.
all 5s? They're all bad.
I mean, I'll agree. Black, green,
And then
red, blue,
then-
white.
I don't know. I think red is
Sure.
pretty decent.
I said that's why I put
so
it at
that's why we
third.
put it at 3.
It's a lot of mana to get up there, but once you do, you're blowing their board up every time you attack.
The
if
blue and
you
the white
get
one
there.
are trash.
Yes. The green one I don't think is very good either.
All right.
I like
It's
the red
okay.
one more.
Now we have the actual worst cycle ever. and we're
Oh,
gonna
that was
rank
pretty
it.
bad.
Oh, this
No,
one's
this
even
one's
worse.
This is the best one.
So first we have Bramble Whelp Behemoth. It's 4 green for 6/6 with trample. We have Phantasmal Dreadmaw with 2 and 2 blue for a 6/6 trample, and if it becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Then we have Colossal Dreadmaw, which is 4 and a green for a 6/6 with trample. Earthshaker Dreadmaw, which is a 4 green for a 6/6 with trample, and whenever it enters the battlefield, draw a card for each other dinosaur you control. And the last card we have, which is the only correct answer for being number 1, is we have Honored Hydra, which is a 5 and green for a 6/6 with trample, and then it has Embalm.
How is this a cycle?
Josh made it up.
Because they're all 6/6 with tramples, though.
No, Josh just made this cycle up.
Dude,
The
blue one
only real
doesn't have
answer is
trample.
Honored Hydra.
No,
but-
Earthshaker's pretty good, depending.
Yes, but you have to have other dragon or other dinos to make it really good. This card literally come back from the graveyard.
but it's not a dinosaur.
It doesn't matter.
I think
this
number
card
one obviously
beats.
goes to Colossal Dreadmaw,
No, the card is trash.
and then Earthshaker Dreadmaw comes in at 2 because you need a Colossal Dreadmaw to make it work.
Oh my god.
So
I'm gonna skip
then
the
that,
page.
and then like I think the Phantasma one's okay. It can if you can play it on curve, it's really good. But then you're like on curve, you're like risking most removal is like at the 4 or 5 mana drop and limited. So like it's a sketchy spot. Then you also have the Behemoth, which is like the classic uh, Dreadmaw impersonator. So he might be actually 3. So the Embalm guy, not a dinosaur. I'm gonna put him at 5.
Anyways,
The
stay in
Phantasm
school,
is
kids,
not
and
a
don't do drugs.
dinosaur either.
But it's a Dreadmaw.
So recently, there's been lists popping up of talking about the EDH ban list, and it starts with likely 1984, which I'm guessing just means like shouldn't have been banned to begin with, or literally
Talking
1984.
about the EDH ban list.
1984 is like the reverse. It's like shouldn't exist.
Oh, okay.
Nine-
Are you
94
sure?
is
Because
what you
this
mean?
starts from unbanning and goes to not banning.
I don't know. I can't see it. It's too blocky.
What do you mean by 1984?
I don't know. I didn't make this list. I'm just saying what
Or-
it says
or-
next to Lutri. It says just literally 1984, and then the next list is
Oh, this is a meme. That's like Big Brother is watching you, and because it
Oh.
got banned before it like even got printed.
okay. Well, people think Primeval Titan would be 100% safe to unban.
Yep.
Probably safe to
agree.
unban Urza and what's that card? It's the black reanimator card, Recurring Nightmare.
I don't
Yeah, that
understand
card's
why that's
really
banned.
annoying.
I don't care. It's gonna be a
Just
2-card
scoop it up.
combo. Guess what? That's what Thassa Oracle is, or Thassa
Is
Consultation.
Braids banned in Commander?
Yes.
As a
Yeah.
commander.
50-50
That's
and
not a
should
thing
be banned
anymore.
or shouldn't be unbanned. There's Yawgmoth Bargaining, which I think that needs to stay banned. Gifts Ungiven, I don't.
Oh, hang on. Yawgmoth's Barman is unbanned.
Is that not what that
Like-
is?
Yawgmoth's Barman is 100% unbanned. That's an old list then.
Are you sure?
Like I'm 100% sure it's not banned anymore.
All right, let me look it up.
You look it up while I finish this. Raphaelos and Gifts.
Bargain is definitely banned still.
Yeah,
Is it not
There's
banned
the
in
whole-
Legacy then?
it's never been
Mm.
banned in Legacy. I don't think.
Yeah, because
It
it's
got
too tough.
removed from something.
Raphaelos and Gifts Ungiven, I think, would be fine.
Raphaelos. Yeah, bring it back. Gifts Ungiven, bring it back. Who cares?
Tinker, these are probably unsafe bans.
I think Tinker you can
Jesus.
unban. Don't care.
Turn 1 Blightsteel is pretty gross. Turn
Go ahead,
0
do it.
Blightsteel
I
is
don't
pretty
care.
gross.
People do it all the time. People do other dumb things on turn 0. I don't care.
Sylvan
Wait.
Primordial should stay banned.
Is Blightsteel indestructible?
Yes.
Okay, well it can still be exiled, so I don't care.
Krakus should stay banned. That literally just
Yes.
goes against like the entire purpose of the format. And
Whoever
this,
made this is a fucking idiot.
this is where the list just but like
It's wrong.
I own it, bro. Why are people so afraid? Like just run.
from countering my one color card.
There's colorless
Stop.
removal. If you were a
The
monocolor card,
reason why I agree with just keeping Iona banned is because like you have to remember like the people who play Magic like competitively are like the very very small vocal minority.
I'm not even talking about competitive.
99% of Magic players like don't like care, and like when someone slams an Iona and they're like you can't play, it's like it feels bad. So that's the only reason why I get why it should stay
Nope,
on there.
stupid.
Only because it's
doesn't
like
it teach you to build better then to be prepared for next time? Isn't that the point of playing?
I have like 4 monocolored decks. I
right.
don't care.
But imagine you came over to play Mario Kart and I took your controller away while in the middle of gaming and said you can't play.
I'm gonna do.
Well,
Would you
then
ever come back? Would you ever come back?
Yeah. Because next time I would learn to not let you get near my controller.
Yeah, I'll beat the
It's
hell out of
called
you.
My
learning,
controller,
bro.
or, like,
If
nonetheless.
I
Right.
if they banned
You can be as argumentative as you want, but like it's like it best interest to be a decent person, and it's like at the cost of a single like.
Okay, so
magic.
the
but
real
then at
problem
that
is
point,
other-
aren't I giving up like how I enjoy playing the game?
these ban lists are made so that when you go to an FNM and play with random dum-dums at the
Right.
table, you aren't going to be like playing Salt City cards.
And you have to remember, out of 100 Magic players, 99% of them are new players.
But they're usually playing in their own play groups, so they'll
Or
play
like
whatever
99
the
of them.
hell they want anyways.
But you just said you're going to FNM. Like
Sure,
99%
that's what I'm saying.
of
It's
the,
like
New
FNM,
players do
FNM,
not go
I
to
get.
FNM to play Commander.
that's a
No, that's
No.
wild.
No, what I'm
that is-
saying is they
that is
start out
wrong.
playing at tables and then go.
Maybe 5-10 years ago, but in 2023, everyone says buy a commander deck, buy a precon, take it to FNM, go to your store, meet people that way.
Yeah,
Like
and you'll
it's
learn.
100%. You go to any like forum, and that's what they'll tell you, and that's why Iona should stay banned. It's like
I don't think so.
because
but-
you're going to make someone feel bad, and then that feel bad is going to like, it could like end up like getting a store shut down because hey, this store like, I tried to play Commander with this store or whatever, and then some guy played an Angel card, and they told me to get good, and I left or whatever. And
How
then
is
you get
that
some
any
negative
different
feedback.
than like? All right, you go to FNM, and let's say I decide to go to FNM, and I'm a seasoned player, and I play Thassa Demonic Consultation. Does it feel good to lose on turn 2, which is way before Iona would have came out?
That's not a casual format.
But
Yeah, it is.
yeah, it
'cause I can
is
bring
because I'm
whatever I
going to
want
FNM. It doesn't matter that I brought a level 10 deck. If you choose to bring your structure deck, people do it all the time.
Right, and I also think that Thassa's Oracle should be banned.
Agreed. I think it's
But
more
The
detrimental.
problem is we're talking about what it is, not what we think it should be.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm just saying, like I'm with you on that. I agree with you. You should not like that. Having a bad time is not what is going to keep the game going on for another 30 years.
That's you. I'm always here to have a bad time.
Only because you're invested.
Unban Biorhythm. Unban
Yes.
Yeah, every like
Coalition
I
Victory.
Yep.
the rest of it I don't care about. It's just like
Well, I also think Sundering
understand
Titan
why
needs-
Iona's on there because it's
I
to
don't.
protect the feel bad.
So it cost more than Coalition Victory and Bio, right?
What?
Iona, isn't she 9 or is it 7? I can never
Yes.
remember. She's 9.
Plus she's 8.
8.
Or
8.
is it?
Whatever. High
She's
amounts
a
of mana
lot.
that will take quite a few turns.
Right.
Yeah, and
In
she's
a
in
white
mono
deck.
white. My argument just is if she comes down and she shuts down a person, at least that's progressing the game. That person's done. And it's so late in the game, like
If they're a monocolored deck. If.
yes, I mean you
But
could
you
play
see-
Reanimator.
The people who are like the people who want Iona banned aren't playing it fairly. They want to reanimate it on turn 1.
Just Reanimate Atraxa.
I think what you really are arguing for is that there should be a CEDH ban list and a casual ban list because in CEDH, yeah, it's fine. But if you're going to FNM to play with randoms, it should stay on there.
I don't agree with that statement because how do you differentiate between casual and CEDH? Because just because you have
As
separate
there's a
ban
ban list.
yeah, but like you can still do like unfair things. Then I don't know. I
How
just
do you
think
differentiate standard from modern?
it's rough. By the amount of sets? That's different.
How do you differentiate vintage from legacy?
By restricted list, a unique list that no other
Yeah,
format
yeah,
has.
How are these? That's what I just said. A unique list for CEDH.
I don't
Like,
know.
yeah, I get it. Like, the
it-
people who want it unbanned are because, like, they having problems at their CEDH table where the guy's going off on turn 2 or whatever and they want to shut him. Yeah, that's fine. I get why you should be able to do that. But that is for out of 100 Magic players, that is the one case. 99% of Magic players aren't doing that. Like, we're the small subset of Magic players.
Again, I'm
We have
not
to
saying it
remember
for
that.
competitive. I just think it's outdated. But that is my opinion. And let's move on to back to basics modern or pioneer, if you want to be technical. So apparently, I didn't know Tony did this, but Saffron Olive had made a post saying, I was super encouraged to hear Wizards spend so much time talking about fun during their band philosophy stream yesterday. Formats can be diverse, healthy looking on paper, but if no one wants to play them because it's just not enjoyable, it doesn't really matter. And then
It
Tony
looks like
posted,
Saf took the words right out of my mouth from what we should have said. What I should have said just earlier.
um,
Like,
Tony said, I think they need to make another format for Modern without straight to Modern sets. Have Modern be Gen and have us geezers playing Gen in the Back to Basics Modern or BTB Modern. And someone, I think commented, and they said that format is called Pioneer. And I kind of agree. Like, Pioneer does feel like old Modern. Like, you have your Gen style decks, you have control, you have combo now.
I mean, I think Pioneer it's not the same.
It's not the same because you want your nostalgic cards. And, like, we are getting there. Like,
Right.
we just got Liliana
It
the
doesn't
Veil.
have I guess. I don't understand. I think Modern is that they put any thought into it is fucked. I'm also on JB's plan. It's just like make it Legacy light, and then because they get doing away with Legacy anyway, and people want Legacy without having the reserve list or whatever, and the only thing that matters on the reserves list is like duels. So like, why not just make it Legacy, and then Pioneer can be your new Modern, which is like what they want to promote anyway.
I agree. I think
Yep.
they should
Make it
just,
Legacy Light, please.
They should just. All right. You're gonna hear me say this, and before I explain, it's gonna sound terrible because this is what ruined Modern. But we need a straight to Pioneer set that is strictly just reprints of the modern cards we want to, or the modern cards we want to put into Pioneer.
What Modern cards do you want to put in a Pioneer?
I think Tarmogoyf would be fine in Pioneer. I mean, there's plenty of cards like Jace the Mind
That's a
Sculptor.
card that can get Tarmogoyf's a card that can get printed in Standard.
Agreed.
Yep.
Especially because we have just.
And it'd be good in Modern or Pioneer. It'd be pretty good.
I think
like you don't get the land bonus because you're not fetching, but like everything else is like, yeah, you could make it into a 3/4 pretty easily, 4/5.
There's already like 3 different Tarmogoyfs in Standard.
I think you could print Bob.
That's a card that like got lost to the
let's
ages.
go.
I think you could print Jace.
I don't think.
Yeah, come on. Let's keep it going.
I like. Yeah, I think you're. I don't think you're wrong, but like, I also don't think the Wizards is like hot on Planeswalkers anymore.
I just mean it's a card from Modern that like has been lost to like the ages that could be played in Pioneer, and I don't think it would be that devastating. I think they would be strong, but
the Mind Sculptor is also another card that could come through Standard.
yeah, I mean, I guess we kill Planeswalkers a lot easier now than we used to be able to. Although that's just another card to go into like Esper Legendaries, and I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
I also am a firm believer that this 3-year rotation should have started with the next cycle. Like they should have rotated and then been like, all right. Now we're not rotating. I'm so sick of the Emperor. I love Standard, but man, between Rafine and the Emperor, go away. Played it against it too long.
That's like my like take on either of these is kind of like null because I don't really play either of these.
Modern or Pioneer.
Right. I will dabble in Modern, but I do not like it.
I enjoyed Pioneer for a short period. I'm sure you remember when I was playing like Phoenix a lot, and I think that was more nostalgia because that was like probably my favorite Modern deck I ever played. So I don't know. It's kind of cool to see like that if I ever did want to play Phoenix again, because like I enjoyed that deck, I could play it in Pioneer. It is a very viable deck. And like I said, like Jund kind of exists. Like there's red black mid range, like not even just red black sack. you could add green. You just don't have anything like Goyf and stuff like that. Or well, I guess you do have Bloodbraid now. It's just mono red. I don't know. I think Modern's. It would need too much to like become fully healthy or to try to like revert to how we used to have
I
it.
don't even think it's that bad. I mean, like, obviously, if you're talking from the sense of, like, I want it like the old days where I
Well, no,
played
it's
a
just
guy
like,
and
dude,
did
a
It's im-
long-
you're never gonna be able to go
No,
back. and
I
reverse
don't want to
for
go back to
anything.
the old days because, like, granted, yes, they were fun, but like, I want the format to like develop and change.
Yeah, the whole point is
But-
that it's supposed to evolve.
I think it's bad because it's the same, like, maybe 3 decks, but mainly just 2 that exist in the format, and the rest are just fighting to hold on.
I don't know. I think that's BS. It's just because mono black or black red is so strong right now. Give it some time to shake out once they do
Time
the
to shake
ban,
out. It's
and
been
then we
doing
can
this for
talk.
6 months.
Once the deck has a card that gets banned.
Yes,
I'm saying.
agreed. I understand that, but like we waited 6 months to get 1 card ban, and what if it doesn't change anything?
I want to remind you. Do you remember where Tron was? Like a year ago?
Do you mean a non-existent?
Yes, exactly. And then they printed the ring, and now it's good.
I wouldn't say that.
It's fine.
That deck is still tier 2. It can't beat Scam, and it
Once
sure as hell
Scam
does not do
takes-
good against Bean either.
Once Scam takes a hit,
And,
it will be a good deck.
and Bean takes over.
Which
It
is why
has
we were
to be
talking
Fury.
about
Yes,
how we
it
were
has
going
to be Fury.
ban Fury and the
Leyline
the
binding.
catch-all. Yeah, the catch-all, because then all of a sudden all your big things that you're pumping out have to either get countered or that deck is going to lose to them immediately.
And then people
Right.
start complaining about Murktide again.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Who
Sure,
cares?
don't
See, but
be
if you're
secrets.
complaining about Murktide, that's still a pretty healthy format. Like, yeah, it
Remember
sucked
when
playing
people
against
wanted diversity
Murktide, but
there?
like the format was pretty diverse when that existed. Like
Yeah, I mean, Murktide was like a 17% or something, right?
at most, and I still like it. It honestly was not that bad. There was ways to beat
It's
the deck.
probably still like got a 12% meta share in like real life. It's probably
That's because
still got,
those
like, a
people
12.
only own those decks and probably aren't going to
Right.
stop playing it.
Right.
And that deck played Fury too sometimes, so like you're cutting Fury out of that deck.
And subtlety.
So like
I don't think anyone's gonna miss Fury.
no.
I mean,
Because
I
that's
will
weird.
because I
You're
like
like,
playing it,
"Aw."
but, you know.
If
I
you would
won't
have
die
asked me
over it.
when they revealed the elementals if I thought Fury would be the first one to ever get banned, I would laugh in your face.
Yeah, because everyone was talking about the white.
Everyone did.
Everyone was so pumped about what's it called?
Subtlety.
Yeah, subtlety. Not subtlety. Solitude.
Solitude. That one and
Everyone
Grief were
so
like talked
pumped
about a
about
lot,
those two.
yeah. And I guess Endurance a little. Like that card's annoying. But I never would have thought Fury was the cheapest one for the longest time.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
Now that card is about to get chopped, I hope. Well, that brings us to the end of the cast. We weren't here, obviously, we have not streamed to you since Thanksgiving, so happy Turkey Day. Josh, why don't you get us out of here?
Turkey's fucking gross.
That's
I didn't have turkey on Thanksgiving. I
a
had a
little hot take.
I don't actually. I was like trying to think of a hot take before, but let's just go with like a layup. Let's do.
Wait, what did you?
7 Up. 7 Up is better than Sprite. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not.